Hello, delightful viewers. Welcome to Supreme Master Television. I am Bảo Trân Phồng Huế, Âu Lạc, also known as Vietnam, where people are soft-spoken, gentle, and polite. On last Sunday's show, Chef McCullough from Worcester in USA demonstrated how to make ginger miso and nacho cheese sauces. Today, he will continue by creating another two vegan sauces, Cuban Smoky sweet sauce and lemon tahini sauce. Since Chef McCullough became vegan in 1995, he has been finding new ways to make healthy eating convenient and delicious, especially while raising his two boys to start early with healthy appetites. Based in central Massachusetts, he teaches private and public cooking classes throughout New England. He loves to share his experiences and recipes with people who want to incorporate more whole food and plant-based meals for health, compassion, and the environment. His offering, the Healthy Vegan Cookbook, will be available on Amazon soon. There are 28 sauces and 31 smoothies presented in the book.
This sauce is going to be the Cuban Smoky sweet sauce. There's a lot of fresh tomatoes. I really like to use the fresh ingredients as much as possible.
Yeah, that's great.
This sauce is really based around the fresh tomatoes, and it has a really nice smoky and sweet kind of flavor to it. So,
awesome.
First, we're going to put these in the blender. If you have a high-speed blender, one thing that's really nice is you don't really have to chop it that much. The blender does most of the work for you. And it also will chop up all of the seeds and the skin and everything, so it purees that really well, so that you don't end up with any seeds at the end. So we're gonna go ahead and cut up some tomatoes for that and just put it right in.
Cut them in four like that?
Yeah. And like I said, the blender does most of the work for you.
Now, what would you basically eat this on?
This would be something that I would put over a bowl of brown rice and black beans, something like that. You can make it with some green pepper, some sauteed green pepper, some avocado, something like that. And this is another one that you can make it as spicy as you want. So the next ingredient we're going to use would be Medjool dates. So this gives it some sweetness without adding any kind of sugar to it, which recipes like this usually have sugar. So the Medjool dates are better for your body, be able to handle it better for sugar.
And very sweet too.
Yes. I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of cashews. So again, this gives it a little bit of a fat to it. So instead of using oil in this recipe, you would use the cashews. Just makes it a little creamier. Okay, I'm going to use 1 clove of garlic here. You can just put it right in. I'm going to use 2 teaspoons of tamari. We're going to use 1 teaspoon of balsamic vinegar. The balsamic really gives it a very unique kind of flavor, so I prefer that for flavor in this recipe. I'm going to use a teaspoon of smoked paprika, which also gives it kind of a smoky flavor to it without a lot of spice. We use half a teaspoon of liquid smoke. So it's basically water infused with smoke. It gives things a very smoky kind of flavor. This is going to be a half a teaspoon of ground black pepper. And we're going to put in 1 teaspoon of sea salt here. And with this recipe, you don't need to add any water to it. Just the liquid from the tomatoes is going to make everything nice and liquidy. So I'll go ahead and start that. So unlike some of the other recipes that I make for sauces, this one you would want to cook for about 10 minutes.
Right.
So we'll put that into the Instant Pot just to cook that for a little bit.
Okay.
Basically, when you use the raw tomatoes, then this would have a very raw kind of a taste to it. So we're going to cook that. Just about 10 minutes is enough to cook off that raw flavor. And so if you could pour that into the Instant Pot for me. Stove, you do this on medium heat for about 10 minutes. And like I said, that just gets rid of the raw kind of flavor to it. It tastes so much different with fresh tomato rather than using any canned tomato from a store. The fresh tomato it's really unbeatable. Okay. So we'll go ahead and put this on for about 10 minutes.
I just want to say, this smells really good. It smells amazing. What do you put this on again? Quinoa or something like that? Or brown rice?
Brown rice, black beans, and some sliced avocado. You can put some green pepper, green bell pepper, lettuce, some
All
different
raw,
kind of
like
greens.
mostly raw?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Awesome. I think we have a few more minutes.
Yeah. Oh well, I think it should be done now.
I'm going to turn it off.
Yep. Right there.
Right. Oh, that looks so good.
Well, so that's the vegan Cuban Smoky Swiss sauce. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television, and we will be right back to let Chef McCullough create another fabulous condiment. Welcome back to Supreme Master Television. Let's watch Chef McCullough create his lemon tahini sauce.
This is a lemon tahini sauce. So if you were to go to a Middle Eastern restaurant, if you had falafel, then this would be a sauce that they would put over the falafel. But again, with this recipe, we're not going to use any oil for that. It's all going to be healthy and natural.
Awesome.
All right? So why don't we get started? This first ingredient is going to be 1 cup of tahini, which again is the sesame seed paste, similar to how they make peanut butter. So this is just ground sesame seeds. So we put in a cup of that. And that'll make a nice creamy base to the sauce without having to use any oil.
Awesome.
All right. Next ingredient we put in is a clove of garlic. And once again, with a high-speed blender, you don't have to press it or anything. You can just put it right in whole like that. We use a teaspoon of fresh ginger. So again, you don't have to peel it or anything. You can just chop it a little bit, and the blender does all the work.
Very convenient. A lot quicker.
We'll put in 2 tablespoons of tamari, which gives it kind of a salty flavor like soy sauce would. This is another juice of 1 lemon, fresh squeezed.
1 whole lemon?
Yep. This recipe is another one where you can use as much water as you want to make it thicker or thinner as far as the sauce goes, how much you want to be able to pour it.
Okay.
So start with 3/4 of a cup there, and you can just add more depending on the consistency of what you like.
Okay.
All right. Okay. One thing I would like to recommend for the sauces that we were making today is you can store these very easily. So you could either put these in little mason jars and put them in the freezer. They store really well like that, and then you can just take it out and defrost it as you need it. Another thing that you can do is use the silicone ice cube trays for these. So you could just pour it into the ice cube trays, you freeze those. The nice thing with the silicone is that it doesn't absorb the taste of what you pour in it.
That is really awesome. And being vegan, So making it more convenient as well.
Right.
And so what would you put this tahini sauce on?
This one I would use over quinoa, which is a different kind of grain, similar to how you would make rice. And then maybe beans or different nuts or something like that. So we can put together a bowl of this with some quinoa, and we'll have a taste.
Nice. So this is the tahini sauce.
Yes, the lemon tahini
Lemon
sauce.
tahini sauce over the quinoa. Great.
Splendid viewers, we have finished our two-part show on making vegan sauces. Thank you for joining us today. We hope you benefit from these creative ideas. Our next program is Purity and Kindness Are the Keys to Receiving Grace, Part 1 of 2 on Between Master and Disciples. May peace, happiness, and good health walk with you always. Interested in more of Chef Colin McCullough? Please visit his website, colincooksvegan.com. For free of charge international vegan recipes, please visit suprememastertv.com/veg.